Over Comfort podcast, you guys. My name is Jenicka, if you guys don't know. Thank you guys so much for being here, from wherever you guys are watching and listening. Today, I have a very, very special guest, someone super dear and near to my heart, one of my close friends, Alan.
Hello.
Alannized.
Ando un poquito nerviosa, amiga, ¿eh?
Everybody says that when they come in. I don't understand, but...
¿Sabes lo que es? Y yo ahorita estoy entendiendo porque yo también tengo un podcast and I feel like it's all this.
It's the lights.
Because
it's
mira
the
nomás
pressure.
Esto. Y uno cuando te ponen aquí a sentarte dices, no mames, hay un chingo de cámaras, hay un chingo de luces. No mames. Like, it's a lot.
But
And I feel like
imagine,
it gets me
we're
nervous.
just sitting down, having a
Talking,
little drink.
chismeando.
Okay, I want to make it a point, though. Half of the time we're together, we're probably drunk.
Yes, and laughing.
We're drunk, we're laughing. Last time I was on his podcast, it was like first season. He never asked me back again.
I'm like,
He just finished
soon.
what, season 3?
Season 3.
Disrespect.
I'm like, she'll be the premiere for season 4.
I'm just joking, no, friend. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
It's upgraded so much.
It has.
And you've had a lot of guests. So he also has Noche de Pendejadas, if you guys want to go watch and listen to that as well. He has amazing guests.
Thank you.
Okay, so when I did your podcast, I never really asked you, what made you start a podcast? What did you think?
You know what's crazy? When I was actually thinking about this last night in the shower because I was like, me tengo que preparar porque no quiero ir y sentarme. It sounds stupid as fuck. So I was showering. I was like, okay, how the fuck did my podcast start?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember it started a very high night. I was with Annette.
Uh-huh.
And this is when I don't know if you guys remember, but when Annette had her smoking show, she had Area 69.
You're right.
Uh-huh. And there was a
cool.
time where Instagram was flagging her videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember one night we were smoked out and I remember we were trying to come up with like, what can she do now with Area 69? You know, and I remember, yo soy ese tipo de amigo que like, si tengo ideas yo para mí, te las doy a ti.
Uh-huh.
Y si las usas,
You
las
don't hide
usaste,
it.
yes, las usaste, okay,
that.
I move on. Pero si no las usas, pues te chingaste y yo, I'm going to capitalize on it, you know? Because it was my idea. No, so I remember que andamos bien al 100. And I remember telling her, I was like, hey, why don't you turn Area 69 into a non-smoking show, but you have guests every week and you ask them about like smoking experiences, still with like the whole
smoking part is
fun. No, of course, but like you still wanted to monetize on it,
right,
you know, and right. TikTok, I remember Instagram was like, hey, we're going to delete your whole account if you don't stop. So yo me acuerdo que le di esta idea y yo me acuerdo que she was like, yes. Y yo dije, ya le di la $1 million idea, you know, like, I was like, ya la saqué para buen amigo. And pasó como una semana. She was very hyped about it the first day. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to do it. Yay. Mm-hmm. And I remember as weeks started going by, I started like asking her about it. Y como que like she didn't want to go that route. Because like her thing was more like, I want to smoke. Like I want to smoke on camera. So I remember one day I was like, you know what? Like I've always have been into like Don Francisco, like all those talk shows. And I've always been like, you know what? I feel like in the Latino world, especially in the influencer world, we're not really given that platform to feel like we're big enough to get interviewed. You see like all the the white influencers that make it big and go on TV and go on getting interviewed. Y no miraba yo mucho de eso in my industry, in the Latino industry. So yo me acuerdo que un día dije, ¿sabes qué? Voy a ver qué hago, voy a ver qué chingado me sale de esta idea. And that's when I started brainstorming it. And I remember I had Candy Lover, first episode ever, Love You Candy. And me acuerdo que le dije, hey, I don't know where this is going. I don't even know what it is going to be, but just be my first guest and a ver qué sale. You know, and I remember
she's so sweet.
She's so sweet. You remember we were filming on iPhones.
Yeah.
It was such a hard time, you guys, porque imagínense, yo en ese tiempo yo estaba más gordo y apenas cabía en el screen, apenas cabía en el iPhone. Y yo decía, no, yo quiero 3 teléfonos. Yo me acuerdo que tuve que sacar uno también. I went to go buy another phone just to have that second angle. Because I was like, okay, if I barely fit on the angle and it was an IGTV was a thing, I was like, if I'm barely fitting, like, there's no way 2 people are going to fit in the frame. So así pasó y pues empezó así algo chiquito. I remember I had you the first season. I had your sister. I had a lot of people, you know, that kind of believed in it. I feel like I'm like, how'd y'all believe in it? Because I didn't even believe in it at the time.
Dude, same.
And así empezó y acabé la primera temporada. And then I was like, I want to go crazy with it. I want to go crazy with it because I started seeing a vision
Right.
and I started seeing people actually loving it and like getting into it. And I'm like, wait, I can upgrade this and make it look better.
Mhm.
And I got my dad build me a set. I hired a videographer. I invested in stuff, and we're gonna be 4th season soon.
I
So
love that.
it's
friend. I'm
crazy.
So proud of
Empezó de una
you.
noche bien marihuano y terminó así, ¿verdad? Terminó así, but it was crazy.
Good things come out, you guys. Trust me.
A lot of my good ideas have come out ever since I started smoking.
No, and I feel like I was so nervous starting this one
Yeah.
because it's very like you're sitting down with someone and you forget what you want to talk about
Mhm.
and like how to address someone or whatever. I'm like, I want the first season to be people that I know and talk about with and really like get down to like the heart of it. And I feel like because me and you are so silly and like,
Yep.
you know, we have a good time, you
You're
guys.
like,
we
we're
have a good time.
like, no, we really do though. Every time
And
I
I was
hang
like,
out
you
with
know what?
you.
Let's have a good conversation. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know a lot of things about my friend, and I want to get to know you on a different level. And I was like, you know what? Let's get him on the podcast. Like, let's have like this conversation about things that maybe even social media doesn't know.
Yeah, and you know what? I actually came
even
prepared
about
with a lot
me.
of stories that no one knows. Te voy a dar exclusivas, amiga.
Don't expose me like that.
I'm like, I'm gonna expose myself, but I'm gonna expose you. I'm like, aquí ganamos yo y el público.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you got Noche de Pendejadas.
Mm-hmm. Like that's it.
What's your favorite episode?
You know what's crazy? I have a couple. And I feel like it's not necessarily because of the people that are in it. I definitely love yours, but I wish I could have filmed yours like the upgraded version.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of like my good episodes have been in the beginning stages. You hyping it up. Me, I'm like, I hope
I don't
this-
mind though. I was like,
You were the beginning.
yeah, I was like,
you
I'm
believed
fine
in
with
it.
that. I'm okay with that.
Season 1.
I love
when we had a
that.
shitty quality, but we're gonna get her on the next one. I feel like one of my favorites has to be, you know what? I have so many. I feel like you can ask me which one was my least favorite, and I'd be able to answer.
Imagine.
No, I'm me exposing.
I know,
Yeah, voy a
like-
quedar mal, amigos. No, but I have a lot, and I feel like as it started progressing, for sure, season 3 has been my favorite.
Love that.
Because I feel like I got to meet a lot of people porque yo, les voy a ser honesto, había muchos invitados que yo ni en cuenta que hacían, yo ni en cuenta en dónde
Right.
vivían, pero tenía que tener a nuevas caras.
Right.
Because I feel like bringing in,
If you repeat, it gets boring.
it gets boring. You know, there's only so
Mhm.
many Latin influencers. So I was like, I wanted to reach out to TikTokers and everything. And season 3 was amazing. It was 45 episodes, stressful as fuck. I'm sure you can
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Mine is gonna be 10 episodes, and I'm already like,
You're like, oh my God, where's my last
no,
3?
but it's a lot. Like, it's a lot of work, and I'm like, I think people can see, like, we like doing
Yeah.
it. I feel like
Mhm.
I enjoy doing it. I like getting to know people, and I feel like you do too.
Yeah.
Like, it gives a different aspect of people, not just like that full on social media thing, like the
whatever
facade,
Mhm.
and like people can be frauds, and I feel like like if you have them in a space in front of you,
No
like
te
you get to
pueden
know the
mentir,
person.
And I feel like too, this, what you're doing, by the way, thank you for having me.
Of
En
course, friend.
cuanto ella lo presentó el podcast, yo dije, si no me invita, yo me voy a enojar.
I know.
Si no me invita, yo voy a agarrar mi telefonito y voy a hacerle el unfollow because I need to be on season 1. But it's crazy. Like when I saw you, I'm like, oh my God, I'm excited because I feel like podcasts are like the new YouTube video
yes,
where like you really get to meet people in like a different level.
Mhm.
Porque a veces les voy a ser honesto, a veces hasta hablo de más y digo, buck. Like moon, not me able to say buck. Fuck.
Mhm.
Hablé de más y dije de más, but it's good because I feel like people relate more to you.
Mhm. And I think that's so important because like again, everyone it's cancel culture. Like people don't understand you.
Been
like
there.
it gives a space for people to see you for you.
Yep.
I'm excited for you, friend. I'm excited
Thank
for
you.
your 4th season. You've
It's like
come
I'm
a long
excited to be on
way.
it.
We both started our like social media journey. You started a little bit before me,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, do you feel like it's changed for us?
1,000%.
Like not just Instagram, but like I don't know what to post anymore.
Exactly. I feel like I've done
I don't know what
overkill.
people like.
I feel like, you know what it is? Like, ya me siento viejo. Ya me siento viejo. We've been doing this. I'm. You know what's crazy? I'm gonna hit my 10th year. I'm gonna hit my
You're
10th year
right.
this year when I turn 25. I started doing social media at 15. So, and then I was posting for like about 4 years every single day on YouTube, not on TikTok, no, on YouTube.
You signed yourself up for that though.
I signed myself up, which I loved. Y llegas en un momento como tú dices, what the hell do I post? What the hell am I gonna keep freshening up because hay mucha gente ya haciéndolo. Todos quieren. Hay más influencers que hay doctores.
And the competition.
Yes, so it's crazy. There is. I saw TikTok. I'm like, oh my God, we need more engineers instead of influencers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're right. I'm like,
me quitting my job tomorrow.
I'm like, fuck, you know what? I'm already getting to that point. I know. But it's crazy because como tú dices, se llega un momento donde dices tú, ¿qué hago? Ya vieron. Y hay otra persona haciendo algo y es más fresca esta persona. What do I do to keep relevancy?
Yeah.
What do I do que todavía la gente quiera seguir viendo tu vida?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like it had to change a lot.
Because then even then at home, you're like, I'm a little boring now.
I'm like, damn, bitch.
No, but it's like, and I've seen you take your breaks,
Yeah.
but even then people don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in order for us to keep doing this, like we have to come back to ourselves, center ourselves, do what we got to do to feed ourselves and our body, like, and really to put out that energy for other people.
Es porque yo pienso que la gente que nos mira, I feel like the people that watch, piensa que somos máquinas. Piensan que somos máquinas de trabajar. Porque yo antes, I remember when I would upload every day, if I would go MIA for a day, I would get freaking people coming at me like if they're paying a subscription to watch my free videos. And I would be like, amiga, cálmate. Like, a mí también me pasan cosas. No nomás soy máquina de producir videos. I go through a lot of shit. I do feel like answering your question, it's changed a lot. I started in the beauty community. I wasn't even showing my life. I was just doing 30-second makeup tutorials.
I feel like you're one of the OGs.
Yeah.
Before the OGs.
You know what's crazy?
Off.
If you look it up, I was actually in a magazine for Marie Claire. Ahí estaba, que ya se va a echar sus salsitas, sus tacos. No, but I was actually in a magazine for the first 5 boys in beauty. So it was me, James Charles, Manny May, Patrick Starr, and Alex Faction. You know what I mean? Like, I started in beauty when beauty was weird to be a man. You know what I mean? And as time started going by, as social media started evolutionizing, everybody wanted to know more about your personal life.
Yeah.
Y había mucha gente that were so successful in the beauty space que se quedaron atrás.
Yeah.
Se quedaron atrás porque pensaban que this beauty thing was going to be forever. You know, there's a lot of people that are still successful in the beauty space,
but everybody does it now.
Everybody does lifestyle. If you really look back at who used to do beauty, most of the still relevant people do lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I feel like cada vez, no, ahorita no sé, ahorita es TikTok. I'm having a hard time catching up with TikTok, but I feel like it's always
because
evolving.
Instagram ya valió.
It
doesn't even matter anymore. Like, I know they came out with Reels, like copying TikTok, but it's like
it's not the same.
It's not the same. TikTok is TikTok, and I love TikTok. I'm legit.
I love it too.
I could be addicted. I'd be out there scrolling, and I'm like, I've had to lower my screen time. Like, I can't do this all day. Like, and even then, it's like, oh my God, but it's like it's my job. It's part of my job.
I need to see what's relevant.
And and if you miss it by a day, if you miss like the most trending thing by a day,
like
there's no point.
Like, dude, no, TikTok is so stressful though.
It is.
As a creator, because as a consumer, it's like the best thing in the world. Like, you're like consuming. And for me as a creator, I'm like, no sé cómo chingados le hacen all these people that blow up and post 10 TikToks a day. I'm like, that means I have to wake up and shower and get ready. And I don't want to do that. I'm like, YouTube would allow me to
shower.
I'm like, damn, you don't shower? No, hoy me tocó bañarme, pero porque eran las 3 de la mañana. There's people that start their day early. Like you, bitch.
And I started doing that this year. And I love it.
Crazy.
I've been loving it. I've been waking up at 6 in the morning, 6:30. I don't get on social media until after I get home. No. I get home, make my breakfast, and I do my reading. Like, I'm reading a devotional right now. I'm like, I'm going to do this first, give my time to God, do what I have to do, feed my body, my mind first, and then I'll hop on and do work and stuff like that.
I feel like I need to do that. I feel like
honestly, it's helped me a lot. And I've had anxiety. I battle with anxiety, and like, I just really, I need to focus on me first, feeding my mind, because if I wake up like worried about work, like I'm not gonna accomplish what I need to do correctly.
I feel like for me, I feel like I'm so wired like to like work that like right now I've been taking a little off season because of my surgery. So I've been like, oh my God, I need to relax, I need to heal. But like in my head, I'm like, hey, you haven't posted a video.
Out. And that's like like a workaholic
mind.
yeah, and that's not okay.
It's not.
It's not, because I know we depend on it, and that's what sucks about social media. Like I'm not complaining about my job or anything, but it has its off, like its cons.
Yeah.
Like, and it gives you this mindset like you have to be doing something consistently and doing it right enough for
Yeah.
people to like you.
Porque si no quedas en el olvido.
Yes, like people will just forget you like that. And I mean, I thank God, like I wouldn't be the platform I have right now without my mom
Yeah.
or my family or the reality show and whatever, which I'm grateful for. But
now
it's
up
also
to you
like
to keep it up.
I have to keep
Yeah.
it up, but then at times I'm like, damn, bro, like I just wish like I had a break.
Yeah.
Like if I, because I could do something wrong. You could do something wrong for social media and then they'll let it go like for a bit. But if
Yeah.
I were to do something, they'll talk about it forever. Or like the stuff with my family. That thing is never ending, and it gets so tiring because it's like legit. I think about, I'm like, everybody's so worried about my family or like little things like that, and there's like people dying.
Yeah.
Or other like real life stuff happening.
And that's crazy that you mentioned that, because I feel like, my type of hate is so much different from your type of hate. Because a ti, yo pienso que contigo, porque it's not even like on a little YouTube video or like for me. For you, it's like on TV. Like, girl, haces algo mal y todo México sabe. You know what I mean? Like, te cagas y ya sabieron hasta el vecino. You know what I mean?
So if my skirt is a little too high, ay, qué puta eres.
Exacto.
Oh,
ay,
la
y
hija
sí
de
lo
Jenny
soy.
Rivera se convirtió en puta.
Y like, y orgullosamente, amiga.
I know, man.
No, but it's crazy because like for you, like I don't know how y'all do it. You know what I mean? I don't know how y'all do it. You know what's crazy? Which is funny because obviamente I met you. I met your sister through you.
Yes.
I remember, and I knew of you guys. I knew Jenny Rivera. I knew her music. Pero yo así que miraba las noticias like Gordo y no. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because para empezar ni tenía cable. Like, y para empezar ni veo tele. But cuando I started like, having you guys in my life, I started seeing, I was like, oh my God, hasta lo que no hacen, lo hacen mal.
Yeah.
Hasta, you know what I mean? And it's crazy. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck they wake up y hay un nuevo chisme de ellos.
Dude, or like when we lived at my sister's house, like there'd be paparazzi outside. It's like
It's
never
crazy.
Get a break. But you know what? I'm grateful. We have this job. It feeds us. It gives us the food on our plate. Thank you guys.
Gracias
because we
a
have
Dios
the
y ustedes.
opportunity. God is good. Like, we're blessed. What do you feel like because of social media is the misconception about you?
Ooh, this is a good one. I feel like, ¿sabes qué? Yo pienso que la gente toma algo de un video de 10 minutos y dicen, ya lo conozco. You know what I mean? And a lot of the things that, like, a mí siempre dicen que soy un mal amigo. They say I'm the worst friend because
they did say that about you a lot.
Oh my God, yes. And to this day, I still
or
fuck
bad
it.
Boyfriend.
Or bad boyfriend or this or that. Lo que quieran, pero no miran todo lo bueno que yo he hecho por mis amistades, todo lo bueno que yo he hecho para mi familia. Like, if you really, mira, y no es por, a mí no me gusta decir lo que hago y lo que no hago, pero nomás para que ustedes se pongan a ver, yo gano bien, gracias a Dios me va bien, pero si en verdad pones a ver mis videos, gasto más en mi familia, en mis amigos, que en lo que gasto en yo. Yo soy bien tacaño when it comes to wasting on myself. And I feel like that's my love language. Like, I know people are going to be like, oh my God, it doesn't have to be about money. No. Because even cuando no tenía dinero, yo siempre decía, oh my God, ¿qué puedo hacer por esta persona? ¿Qué puedo hacer por mi mamá, por mi hermana? Even if I didn't have the funds.
And
you know what I mean?
it goes good for you.
And I feel like they forget about all the good things I've done for my family, for my friends, for the people around me. Y cuando digo algo como chiste con mis amigos, que todos jugamos con nuestras amistades, no, qué mal amigo, no, se pasa de verga, que ya se le subió, que ya esto otro. Y luego quedas tú en tu casa con tu amistad y uno ni en cuenta. Like, you're like, oh, we're good. Like, I don't know why everyone out there is thinking I'm a bad friend. Like, you know what I mean? But
I think it matters what it's at your home.
Yes.
Like, as long as your friends know you're good, I think that's the most
You know what's
important
crazy?
thing,
I've talked about it briefly, but I never really addressed it. Last year, around this time, actually in April 7th, April 6th, 7th, 8th, I still remember, I was getting canceled on TikTok. I lost, I want to say like 15,000 subscribers on YouTube. It was like a whole scandal. You guys know with the whole my friend Steph thing, and then with the Irma thing with the podcast. It was crazy. And you know, when that was going on, yo me paniqué poquito, pero no porque lo que estaba perdiendo, no. Porque yo dije, oh shit, what if like I really did affect my friend?
Yeah.
What if I really did hurt my friend? Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So the first thing I did, I called to my friend. I told you, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. Like, I just want you to know that it wasn't my intention. And keep in mind, this is the friend that we bully each other. Like, you know what I mean? But obviously she,
Como se te pasaste, algo
you know
así.
what I mean? Y así pasó. And she was like, no, dude, like, I don't know why people are tripping. Like, I've told you worse things. Like, I don't know why they're tripping. Like, obviously it's not on camera. Y ya después de eso dije, ¿sabes qué? Si yo estoy bien con mi amiga, me vale verga. Me vale verga porque la gente va a hablar porque tiene boca.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Y si van a cagar es porque tienen culo.
And that's why you have to
You know
be
what I mean?
confident and like know
Yes.
like I have a good heart and good intentions because we can't make everybody happy.
We can't.
We can't.
We can't.
Even in our close families, forget social media and all that stuff. We cannot make everybody happy.
No one.
And we have to learn how to keep doing our own thing and choosing ourselves. And that's why I wanted to bring up this topic, friend, because you know we've been friends for a long time.
A long time.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And your boyfriend's my boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
Right?
She calls him boyfriend, by the way.
Danny.
Y yo no soy
Shout out
celoso.
to Danny.
Ah,
He may want it sometimes.
yo me gusta compartir, amigas.
And then he fights me off camera.
I'm like, bitch, what you say? No, but en verdad, no, yeah.
But I've never really asked you, like, how did you decide that, not decide, but you choosing to be gay? Like, how did you know, like, and then how'd you meet Danny? Because you guys have been together, like, he's your first boyfriend, no?
Like official, yeah. We've been together for
love
7
him.
years. I'm
love
like
him.
official. Para no darle todo el credit. How did I find out I was gay?
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, and because you're Hispanic, and you know how Hispanic parents get, like moms and dads, like I never really asked you or like thought about, I'm like, damn, like did he have it rough or whatever? Like I hear stories, I'm like, I should ask him.
You know what's crazy? Ya que lo pongo a pensar bien, I started showing very feminine like vibes very little. Yo cuando estaba, yo pienso que de 6 años, me gustaba bailar el baile del sapito. ¿Te acuerdas? Or there was like a lot of little dances que bailaban en ese entonces de las novelas de cuando hacía novelas de niños. Y también me gustaba jugar mucho con las Barbies. I loved playing with Barbies. I don't know why. I just did, you know? And I remember my mom now tells me, yo obviamente no me da cuenta en ese entonces, my aunt would tell my mom, no, él va a ser joto. Y mi mamá, pues que sea lo que sea, you know, whatever, es mi hijo, whatever. Y yo me acuerdo as I started growing up, I started finding, like, it was so weird because, oh my God, eso nunca lo he dicho mucho, eh? It was so weird because, you know, obviamente cuando empiezas a crecer, te empiezan a gustar cosas, you start finding, like, you know, people attractive. A mí como que me gustaba, I would find a lot of guys cute. You know, I would be like, oh my God, este güey está guapo, you know, whatever. And, but I've always been very like, oh my God, there's pretty girls too. But nunca pero with the girls, it was never like, oh my God, she's pretty, I want to fuck her. It was more like, oh my gosh, she's so bomb. She's so pretty. And to this day, you know, I can accept it when a girl's bomb. When
Giving
she's
her
pretty.
compliments, basically.
Yes. So yo siempre de chiquito siempre estaba confundido, like, oh my God, like, is it normal for all? Y para decirte, this one I kind of was like, okay, I'm gay. In middle school, I would hang out with all the soccer players. And if you guys know me in Mendes, my 6th and 7th grade, I would hang out with all the soccer players. I was actually the leader. No. If you went to Mendes and you know, 6th and 7th grade, my grupito would follow me and my friend everywhere we would go. Parecíamos un pinche, ¿cómo se llama? Follow the leader. Así andamos. So, pero también I was very feminine still.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I would hide it. And I will want to say this, I never found any of my friends, the guy friends, attractive. Never. So yo siempre pensaba like, oh, maybe, you know, maybe all straight guys think some guys are cute. You know what I mean? Like, y yo por eso yo en ese entonces, I started dating girls. You know what I mean? I dated about 6, 7 girls.
Really?
And it was funny because...
In high school?
No, in middle school.
Oh, okay.
In middle school. Y yo me acuerdo que de todas las muchachas, yo me acuerdo que había una. Había una que todavía me sigue on Instagram y todo. We like talk here and there, you know. And shout out to you. No quiero decir tu nombre porque ya sé que tienes marido y todo. I'm like, but how does it feel to know I came out gay? I know, but like, en verdad, la pura neta, el planeta, like,
Hey, you should have her on your podcast.
you know what? I
That'd be
reached
good.
out to her once.
And she said no?
She didn't feel comfortable.
Okay.
So I'm like,
That's okay.
It's okay. Y lo respeto, you know? Y yo me acuerdo que I started dating girls and it was so weird. If you knew those girls, se peleaban hasta por mí, güey. Yo me acuerdo que cuando yo quebraba con esta girl, había otra girl that she would ask me out.
Mm-hmm.
Y no lo estoy, and I'm not, no estoy mintiendo, amigos. Hay gente que te lo puede confirmar. She would ask me out.
Uh-huh.
And I never did anything with any of them except that one girl.
Kiss and stuff?
Kiss.
Okay.
I remember it was so weird because like at the time I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I felt like I liked her, which was so weird. I felt like I liked her. And because we talk every day, you know, like babe, like this and that. And I did feel like at one point I liked her. Pero me acuerdo cuando she would try to be like, oh, let's kiss after school. Yo siempre hacía excusas, güey. Que mi mamá iba a recoger, mi mamá trabajando a la verga, ¿cómo me iba a recoger? Mi mamá ni manejaba, ¿cómo me iba a recoger? Like, yo le hacía excusas para not to meet her up after school, you know what I mean? Until one day, yo pienso que se enfadó. Y me acuerdo que I was in computer class, and I think she was in math class. And she's like, meet me by the restroom. Like, we're gonna kiss. Y yo como de que, ¿y quién eres tú, güey? Like, ¿y tú no me vas a obligar a hacer lo que yo no quiero? Pero ahí yo voy, you know, because she's like, oh my God, I don't know why you're dodging me. I don't think you like me. Well, whatever.
How old were you?
I was a 7th grader and she was a 6th grader.
Ay,
Yeah.
qué mandilona.
Ajá, ahí voy yo, asustado, güey. Like, oh my God, like, me va a querer hacer otras cosas y yo no encuentro, ¿verdad? We go in the hallway by the restroom y me mete al baño de las mujeres.
Ajá.
Y yo como de que, what the fuck, you know? And we start making out in a stall. Pero, güey, era la cosa más oso del mundo. Like, it was like, yo ni sabía besar en ese entonces, güey. Like, ni a un vato ni a una vieja había besado.
You were young, you were
It was my first kiss, actually. It was my first kiss y me acuerdo que ella como que se me quería tragar, güey. Like, y yo como no sabía ni qué hacer ni qué pedo.
Mames.
Y que entra alguien al baño. Y yo paniqueado, güey, paniqueado que, oh my God, me van a cachar, me van a expulsar. I'm in the girls' restroom, van a decir que le estoy haciendo algo a esta muchacha. Y yo ni la quiero así, güey. Like, I don't want it in a sexual way. Whatever. We leave the room y me voy, right? Like, we stopped kissing because I got scared. I was like, oh, like, I'm not going to do this. I go back to my thing. And así siguió. We started dating, whatever. Pero una cosa que siempre a mí me queda aquí, and that's what I think about when it comes to, like, when I know I was gay. Una vez when we broke up the last time because we were off and on, me dijo, and you know what's so crazy? Like, uno de ninja, con lo que se queda.
Yeah.
Me dijo, like, yo ahí también todo heartbroken, supuestamente, que por qué? Like, why do you want to end it? And she tells me, I think I was in love with our friendship, not with you. Y me acuerdo, güey. Y eso luego yo lo pensé y dije, entonces, ¿será que en verdad me gusta la riata? Like, en verdad, like, because yo también. Like, I didn't desire her sexually. I didn't even like her I cared for her a lot.
Right.
I cared for her friendship. I loved that we would talk every day. I loved that I had someone to speak to, that comfort. But whenever, like, any talks about actual, like, boyfriend things came up, I would feel like, oh my God, like, this is, like,
you
too
didn't
much.
know what to do.
Pero si un vato me hacía lo mismo, ahí andaba yo de caliente. You know what I mean? So,
right.
I started realizing que estaba usando a estas muchachitas como, one, as a scapegoat, because I feel like I started knowing more, like, okay, I'm not really straight. And two, because como que me quería hallar yo. Y I will say this, I think that's kind of, like, weird. Like, you know, like, but I mean, I was a child too. But I see it as adults. There's a lot of adults that I see that, like, they're gay and, like, they fake a life, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, that must suck for the girl.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had one of the girls reach out to me. She's like, oh my God, I was scarred. And I'm like, bitch, aunque sea te tocó novio, guapo. You know what I mean? But, like, it's crazy, you know, and I feel like, you know, at the time, I feel like I was trying so hard to find out if I was straight or gay that I was using these girls as a way of, like, sí or no. And then I figured out, you know, I feel like when I started 8th grade, I started hanging out with one of my best friends, which is a girl, and that's when everybody was like, is he gay? Is he gay? Is he gay? It started more.
Because they don't think it's normal to hang out with
They
a
don't
girl.
think it's, yeah. And it started more, and I was like, yeah, I am.
I love that.
And así pasó, and ever since then,
How'd your
a la
dad take
riata.
it?
My dad, it was a little weird. I've talked about this once. I remember my parents were going to divorce over it.
No
Like my mom
way.
gave him an ultimatum. Like, not that my dad was like homophobic, pero era machista. Era
The culture.
mexicano machista. And I remember he would never say stuff to me. He would only be like, no actúes así. ¿Por qué actúas así?
Are you the first boy?
No, I'm the baby. It's 3 boys with me and 1 girl. Entonces, yo me acuerdo que cuando me llevaba a la escuela, había, if there was gay boys walking que eran más, that were more flamboyant, siempre dice un comentario sobre the flamboyant boy.
Right.
Mira ese joto. Or like, and I remember this was already in high school, I felt very like, oh shit, like I could never come out. Like if my dad thinks about this, if my dad thinks like this about other people, what is he going to think about me? You know what I mean? Y te lo voy a decir claramente, I came out por obligación, güey.
Yeah.
Like, por obligación, yo me acuerdo that at the time I was stealing at Target makeup. And I got caught. But bitch, I was going overload. Like, I started like stealing, like, it's because I was starting my makeup like journey. Y pues, obviamente, estábamos bien pobres, nos estaban corriendo de la casa. ¿De dónde iba a sacar dinero? A la Target no le iba a afectar.
Right.
You know what I mean? Aunque unos $10 no le iba a afectar a Target. Entonces empecé a robar maquillaje y te empicas, güey, te empicas.
Yeah.
Es algo feo, no lo hagan. I'm like, porque le van a estar como yo que los cachan. I got caught on April Fool's Day. I still remember, I'm really good with memory. April's Fool's. Y para decirte, güey, que yo salí con la bolsa and I was with a girl that was over 21, pero me chingaron a mí porque yo salí con el producto. Y para decirte que esa vez no estaba robando ni para yo. Estaba robándole para la vieja. For my friend. Because I was like, girl, I'm a pro. Like, I can steal for you. You want makeup?
You couldn't say that it was for her?
No, because I walked out with the product.
But like to your parents, like you couldn't say it was for
her. Well,
her.
I did. Y ya no me dejaron verla. You know what I mean? Y entonces robo, le llaman a mi mamá. Y pues, como le explico que tengo abajo de mi cama un chingo de maquillaje.
Oh my God.
Entonces yo me acuerdo que ese día, the next day, obviamente me fue mal ese día. The next day yo tenía una quinceañera. I had to go to a 15. Y mi mamá era de esas que she would get mad at me y me decía, no va a hacer esto, y yo me salía con la mía. I did not. Everyone that knew me, they would be like, I don't know how like your mom grounds you, but never grounds you. Like I could do the most horrible thing and I was grounded, and the next day I was out. I would just be like, oh, mom, ahorita vengo. Y le valía, you know.
You
pero es que
sounded like a favorite to me.
No, it's because trabajaba mucho. So, ¿qué iba a hacer ella trabajando? Okay, salte del trabajo y cuídame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it was very, no, like, honestly,
No,
like,
yeah.
yo así pensaba, you know, like, as a kid. Y me acuerdo que esa vez se puso los huevos, mi mamá, no vas a ir a la quinceañera. Y yo me acuerdo, ¿cómo de que no? Yo voy a ir, no vas a ir. Me meto enojado, me meto al baño. I stay there long porque, you know, like TMI, this is obviously don't do it. It's a little, it can be a topic for some people, a hard topic. Me acuerdo que me metí al baño porque quiero que piense que me voy a suicidar. Para que agarrara atención como niño, güey, bien dramático. Me acuerdo que hasta estaba con la toothpaste, like, bubbling up, y me tiraba al piso para ver si
You're lying.
I am not lying, dude.
You did that?
Y me acostaba ahí como for 20 minutes a ver si abría la puerta y nunca la abrió Martita. Nunca la abrió Martita la puerta. Yo dije, yo aquí me muero y no le vale verga a Martita. Y no fui a la quinceañera. Yo me acuerdo que salí, ya dije, ok, ya, 2 horas en el pinche baño, no le importa, no le voy a importar nunca. Entonces, salgo y le grito, le digo un chingo de cosas, whatever, and I don't go. And then the next day, I was like, fuck, like, I just got caught stealing makeup. She just saw the makeup. I'm just gonna come out. And I won't lie and tell you that I came out because I wanted to or I was ready. I came out to get out of that problem. Yo quería que me perdonara de que estaba robando en Target y que tiene que pagar $500 porque su hijo andaba con sus manos sueltas, you know? Entonces, me perdonó. I turned it on her. Pobrecita mi mamá. I turned it like, oh, es que tú no me cuidas, es que yo soy diferente que tus hijos. Yo no soy como mis hermanos. I'm gay, blah, blah, blah. And it just became a whole thing. And luckily, my mom accepted me. But, you know, when it came to telling my dad was like, a little like, ¿cómo? Como de que no es una phase. Y mi mom le dijo, si no lo aceptas, te me vas de la casa. And pues no tuvo de otra. No tuvo de otra. Pero no era como que le importaba, era más que como su machismo no lo quería aceptar que iba a tener.
No, yeah. And that's, I think, every Hispanic parent.
Yes.
And they're very rough.
Yeah.
They're very, very rough. And oh my gosh, friend, you really stole makeup for
I did. I
I
did.
never knew that.
And I got en las CVS es un poquito truco, en las CVS it's a little harder. I even stole from Sephora once. No más que yo me he robado the samples at Sephora.
Sephora
güey.
never lets you in
No,
after
Sephora
this?
I would steal the samples porque me daba
Oh,
miedo.
okay.
No, dije aquí sí me matan a la cárcel.
They're probably like,
But I was
whatever.
like 15, so
Yeah.
pienso que me la pasan. Ya ahorita ya
Right.
ni me gusta robar. Ah,
Imagine.
todavía en la Target. I'm
I
like,
got to
forgot
watch
it.
for him as he leaves my office
Like,
right
a
now.
ver qué vas a... yo aquí mirando a ver qué me robo de aquí.
That's crazy, friend. And something that clicked with me when you said about your friend that you fell in love with her friendship.
Yeah.
I was in the same situation. Because you know
Yeah.
my little story, and I never addressed it or like said it publicly because I feel like love is a private thing.
Yes.
And it's something that you have to care for. And obviously I grew up publicly, and I wanted to keep a lot of my life private. You know
Mhm.
that. And even my friendships, and what you said really clicked with me because I was with a girl.
Yeah.
I was with a girl for a very long time. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for her for that experience because I got with her after my mom passed away. And you said I fell in love with the friendship and that attachment. And that's what happened to me. And
Yeah.
now that I realize, obviously, we've been
grow.
broken up for a while, and I grew up, and I didn't know, I don't know how to explain it. I was with her, and I never growing up, I never was attracted to girls.
Yeah.
I never, like, until this day, like, I'm not attracted, like, I'll be like, damn, she's fine. Like,
Yeah.
the same way that you said, like, bomb and cute, whatever. But I like guys. And that's
Yeah.
why I was asking him, like, how did you know and be so sure? Because for me, it made me feel like I was confused. I
Yeah.
was very confused. And because, like, it was just a hard time. Like, my mom had passed away. At that time, she had a loss in her family as well. So I feel like that automatically we clicked. Best friends, like, we met at, like, church and stuff. And at that time I was in church, and then we just automatically clicked. And I think your mind kind of just wanders and thinks about it. And I was just like, I don't know. Like
Like you're already spending so much time.
you're spending so much time with them and whatever. And then it got to a point obviously I never came out with it. I never said it because I knew that I didn't want that for my life.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not against it or whatever. I just knew Jenicka didn't feel like this is what was meant for your life.
or that was you.
Or that was me.
Yeah.
And I knew that, certain people come in your life for a reason. I'm a strong
Mhm.
believer in that. Like, for you, it was the girl that you had
Yeah.
an experience with. And for me, it was the girl I had an experience with. Like, I needed to know if I was gay or wasn't gay. And she was there for me when I needed her.
Yeah.
She was there for me in a place where, like, I didn't know what to do. I was lost. I needed a friend. I couldn't make friends. I really couldn't make friends for a long time, and she was a good friend to me. And I never talked about it because, you know what? Like, like I said, like, love is a private thing. Love is so sacred, and I like to protect myself, and so that because people already talk so much
Yeah.
crap. Like, I don't need anybody else to continue about it, And I think I think people, like, going back to that, like, people come into your lives for a specific reason. And it's like, even in friendships,
Yeah.
like, if you have a friend and, you end up losing them, like, it's, they go, like, it's okay. Like, seasons change, people change, and you learn and grow from that experience. And I feel like you grew so much, and, like,
I found myself.
you found
Yeah.
yourself, and I found myself as well. After I got out of that relationship, I knew what I wanted.
Mhm.
And I knew, like, not that I can envision my life, because there's a quote, like, God laughs at your plans and
Yeah.
like things. It's like, okay, God will take control, but I can see the path. Like, this is where I'm supposed to go and what I'm supposed to do. And, if she's watching this, thank you. Thank you. And to, your little girlfriend in the bathroom, muy atrevida. No, because I really appreciate the people that come in and out of our lives, because if not, we wouldn't know, and I wouldn't have known even now. You know
Is
what I
that
mean?
your first? Is this your first time
That's
talking
my,
about?
it is my
Oh
first
my God,
time,
I'm
friend.
so proud
Thank
of
you.
you because
And
I've
it's
been
not,
knowing.
hey, you've been knowing
Yeah,
and you knew her.
I met you and
Yes.
her.
And
Yeah.
it wasn't like I wasn't trying to keep it a secret, but like again, I like to keep things private for myself.
No es
And
el
I don't
pedo de
feel
la gente.
no. And it's like even when I get a boyfriend,
Mhm.
like I'm gonna be very careful and it's gonna be very private because people are mean. People are very critical and they don't understand it. Even after this, like what we say here, like a lot of people
No
won't
van a entender.
understand.
Mhm.
And that's fine. Like I'll be fine. Alan's gonna be fine. Like whatever happens, like I'm okay with my truth
Yeah.
and what I do with my life.
And you know what's crazy? I want to touch a little bit on something that you said, how you wanted to keep that private because when I was around, when people were around, you didn't care to show that you guys were a relationship. But obviously, when it's online, you want to be private because I didn't even share my boyfriend until 3 years in.
You didn't.
And the reason why I shared that I was dating that, I mean, people knew I had a boyfriend.
Mhm.
People didn't know how he looked. The reason why I exposed my relationship, why I shared him was because this was when little like chisme pages were coming up and I was never like, oh my God, babe, don't touch me in public. No,
Mhm.
if you saw me in person, you would know how my boyfriend looked.
Right.
You just wouldn't see him on social media. But
Right.
empezó la gente chismosa, empezó la gente con mala vibra, empezó la gente queriendo rinconar, like put you in a corner and they're like, well, if he's not showing the boyfriend, we're going to expose him.
Exactly.
Y salían little videos que, oh, this is Alannized's boyfriend. And I was like, you know what? These bitches are monetizing off my life.
Exactly.
Might as well. I show. It was already too much to where I was like, you know what?
Exactly.
I'm just going to show because en lo que hacemos, ni el pedo que te lo echas, te lo puedes echar en privado.
Dude, and that's
sucks.
the sad, sucky part. Like again, it goes back to like there's pros and cons of putting our life out there. It's like, but I have the choice to let
Yeah.
people in as much as I can or as much as I want to. And it's like this is the line. That's it. Because you know what? Like you can judge me about my weight, you can judge me about my family, you could judge the way my hair is or this and that, but I'm not going to let you judge me about who I love, who I'm friends with or this and that because that's my choice.
Yeah.
That's my choice and I'm a grown-ass person that can make decisions myself.
And it's your life.
And it's my life. And if people want to expose that part of my life, go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, but at the end of the day, who has the say? It's me. And it's if I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it my way and the way I want to. That's why I had that episode about my dad,
Yeah.
about that whole thing where it's just like, it's my truth and my story. And I'm not going to talk about it publicly in like, si me preguntan los medios or whatever.
Porque lo manipulan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They change it up and it's like, you know what? If you guys want to know this is the source. Come to my main source.
Y te voy a decir mi historia y cómo es y no como lo quieran voltear.
Exactly. And it's just crazy. Wow.
It is. Wow,
crazy.
you sacó el chisme.
I know
les
you guys,
dije.
what you guys want to know.
Mira, me querían sacar a mí los calzoncitos,
No.
también los sacamos a ella. But it's great that like I said, because of that experience, you were able to figure out who you were.
Mhm.
You know, thanks to her, you got through the whole emotional ride. Like
Mhm.
you were going through so much shit. She
Right.
helped you out of it. Y ya que pudiste comprender que eso es lo que no querías, pues
Yeah.
ya you were able to move on with your
Mhm.
life. You know,
And
what I
I'm
mean?
totally supportive. Like, obviously, friend, like,
I'm like, I wouldn't
of
have
course,
you here.
like, no, like,
yeah.
I'm totally supportive. I say, cada quien vive su vida. Like,
Como
do
la
whatever
quiera.
you guys want. Like, I believe, like, love is truly love. Like, if you have a connection with someone, love is so sacred and so beautiful. Like, cherish that.
Yeah.
Keep that in a bubble. Like, because at the end of the day, it's just you two.
Exactly.
And it's like everybody else doesn't matter. Like, it's between you two. Like, whoever gets, I don't care. Like, you guys do your shit as long as you're happy.
And I'm all for the privacy of a relationship because I feel like when I first exposed my relationship, ya no eras tú y tu pareja.
Mhm.
Era tú y tu pareja y todos los comentarios que la gente dejaba. You know what I mean? Que mantenido, que esto otro, que he's a bad boyfriend.
Yes.
And I'm like, ¿a ustedes qué le importa?
Yes. Like,
Like,
and they don't know what happens behind
Behind the
doors.
scenes, ustedes no saben en lo que me ayuda él, lo que paga él, cuánto paga él, nomás piensan que, oh, Alan makes the money, él ha de pagar. No, yo siempre lo he dicho, aunque haga mucho dinero, yo nunca he sido pendejo.
No.
Nunca he sido pendejo en la manera de
And it
que...
makes you feel like social media thinks that you're stupid.
Yes, y sabes que yo también lo voy a decir y siempre lo he creado. Yo conocí a Dani Y yo estaba saliendo con Danny cuando él hacía más dinero que yo.
Mhm.
Yo ni era vergas en social media. Él trabajaba su 9 to 5 and él me pagaba cosas. Él era el del dinero. I'm like, y obviamente yo
Sugar daddy.
siempre, no, yo siempre he dicho, y es una cosa que no lo he hablado públicamente, yo siempre lo he dicho, yo desde el principio, when I started getting my money, I was never, and I, you know what, I've actually said it, I've never been about the making Danny my assistant, making Danny my influencer boyfriend. No, que él trabaje y sepa ganarse lo suyo, que él pague sus biles, porque que el día de mañana, either me or him, yo quiero que él esté bien financially.
Yeah.
Y que no sienta que tiene que quedarse conmigo porque depende de mí.
Mhm.
And I've always been very big on that.
Yeah.
Pregúntale a él para todo.
And he shows it, and he's been
Yeah.
loyal.
Yes.
It's not like he's like colgándose or whatever.
Yes.
It's like he's been loyal and like he tells you your truth
Yeah.
too.
Exactly.
Shout out to Danny again.
I'm like, shout out to Danny. No, porque en verdad pienso que mucha gente piensa que es
No,
un arrimado, un
and he's
mantenido
the
y no lo es.
sweetest
Yeah.
guy ever.
And I feel like at the beginning too, les voy a decir, yo miro social media en YouTube como a reality
Yeah.
TV. A veces lo aumentamos más al drama, peleamos más. Obviamente peleamos, güey, porque somos pareja, pero
It's nobody's business still.
yes. You know what I mean? And if we
And
show
if you
fights,
were, it's like they talk shit about you and then they talk shit about Danny because of his attitude y si te trata mal y all this stuff.
y nunca termina eso, güey.
No.
Nunca termina.
Do you feel like now, because you got surgery, right?
Yes.
How are you feeling, first of all?
I am feeling good.
You feel
I
good?
am 9 weeks out. I'm going to be 10. Oh, no. I'm 10 weeks today. It's Thursday. Woo!
He's made it, you guys.
Oh, my God. No me morí. Like, I'm good.
Almost.
I'm like, I almost did, but I'm fine.
Do you feel like, obviously your lifestyle has changed.
Yes.
Have you like adjusted to it? Do you feel like there's something like, okay, two things. Do you feel like you've adjusted to the new lifestyle and do you regret it right now?
I don't regret it now.
Mhm.
I was regretting it week 3, week 2, even week 4, if I'm being 100% honest. Adjusting to the lifestyle, ahí la llevo. You know, because vives tu vida por yo 24 años como puerco y un día a la mañana you go into the fucking, you go to your doctor y te quitan todo el estómago, ya
Yeah,
cambias
it
tu vida.
changes.
It's a lot. You know what I mean? So no quiero decir que sí, ya soy healthy, team fit. No, porque tampoco les mentiría. But I'm going to say, I've never really talked, I haven't even given an update. I feel like mentally it was a big change because I was actually talking to you a little bit and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to talk about it until we're on the
Right.
podcast.
Mhm.
I feel like when I got this surgery, I was not emotionally, physically, or in any type of way like ready.
Prepared.
And prepared. Let me just say something. I've always thought about having surgery.
Mhm.
When I met Adam, I actually hanged out with him when he had just gotten his gastric sleeve, maybe like he was barely on soft food.
Rosa.
Yes,
right?
Rosa, Adam Ray, okay. We hanged out for the first time when he was barely on soft food. Y yo me acuerdo que en ese entonces yo platicaba mucho con él and I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And this was probably like 3 years ago. Y me acuerdo que we went out to eat y sin exagerarte, güey. Agarró un plato de frijoles, agarró su cuchara y ni la media cuchara la tenía llena. Era like half of the cuchara de frijol. He took the bite y que, ay, ya me llené. Y yo en ese entonces, no, I'm not doing it. Like, no mames, no puedo comer ni frijoles. Like, ¿cómo le voy a hacer? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I always kind of like, no, I'm not going to do it. But I would always revisit the idea. I was always like, no, like, I'm obviously doing very unsustainable diets, like, not sustainable cosas que están like, that are affecting my body.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then I was like, fuck it. I saw a lot of people around me. I saw Karina, Jose Luis getting. I was like, oh my God, they're looking amazing. Like, I've always wanted to do this. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna do it. So I remember I had an appointment with my doctor. Keep in mind, you guys, I did go through cash, so I didn't have to go through that like
Insurance
tedious
process.
the whole process of insurance. Y me acuerdo que I got off the call and they're like, oh, we can get you in on Monday for the surgery.
What day was this? Like
It was
a Thursday?
Friday.
No.
Y yo dije, no mames, 3 días. Y yo le dije, I can't, I'm going to New York.
Y lo agarraste aquí.
Aquí.
Mhm.
I was like, I can't, I'm going to New York, right? Entonces, he's like, okay, we can do it 2 days after you come back from New York. Y yo dije, okay, that works for me. Porque yo también no voy a exagerarte, yo lo quería hacer antes de Navidad, yo lo quería porque dije, no, quiero para mi cumpleaños verme al 100. You know what I mean? Entonces, I go to New York sin pensar en la cirugía. I was living it up, having party, whatever. Regreso y I was editing because the thing with me, I wasn't even thinking about my surgery. I was thinking about I need to edit, I need to film because I want to have content going up when I'm recovering. You know what I mean?
Were you going to tell people that you were going to get surgery or were you just
No, I had already announced it.
Oh, okay.
I announced it like the next day. I announced it like whatever. So yo dije, okay, tengo que tener contenido porque a mí, ustedes me conocen, I've always been one to upload every day. You know what I mean? Entonces, the whole time, the week I was in New York, the days I came back, I wasn't thinking about surgery. Me decían, aren't you nervous? Aren't you this? No. Like, I haven't thought about it. No. Like, I'm busy. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Like, nada. Hasta el día de la surgery, yo me acuerdo we were driving y Danny la night before estaba llorando. Don't get it, babe. I'm really scared. I've been seeing a lot of videos. People die from this. Don't get it. He was crying.
Lying.
I'm not. No, I'm serious. Y yo me acuerdo que le dije, Danny, like, don't stress me out. Like, you're not going through the surgery. Like, please don't cry. Like, shut up because I'm good. Like, yo mentalmente, yo me sentía, como no estaba preocupado de la cirugía, I was like, I'm good. Like now you're getting me nervous. Hasta el next day in the morning, todavía ni los nervios tenía.
No.
We were going on our way. Nada, güey, nada. Llego al hospital, me ponen the IV y todavía nada. Todavía nada, güey. Entonces, me acuestan and they're like, okay, we're going to roll you over to el quirófano. Y yo, okay, todavía nada. Yo, whatever. Yo, ábranme, háganme lo que quieran. Me vale. You know? Like, no captaba, güey. Like, no tenía tiempo para analizar lo que estaba pasando. Entonces, as they roll me in, estaba así yo, güey. Y bright lights under me. Bright lights. Like you're in the freaking surgery room. I remember I had a panic attack. I was like, stop. Like, I'm literally panicking. I literally had to tell him to stop. I got up from the chair and I was like, wait up. I'm having a really
Did they
bad...
put the...
Todavía no estaba para dormir nada.
Okay,
Nomás estaban, they were willing. And I was like panicking so bad. That's when it hit me. That's when it hit me that I was doing this surgery. That's when it hit me that I was getting weight loss surgery.
Right.
And uno nunca sabe qué iba a pasar, you know? Entonces me dicen, oh, tranquilate, get comfortable. Do you like any music? And I was like, play me Gloria Trevi. I'm like, play Gloria Trevi. They lay me down. I was still breathing.
They were white. Who's Gloria Trevi?
Yeah, they're like, who's that? They're like, play Gloria Trevi on the fucking
Alexa.
page. Yes, Alexa. Good thing Miss Gloria Trevi is worldwide, right? Porque si no, Alexa va a decir que no sabía ni qué chingados era. Entonces, me duermo y levanto y ya me habían quitado el estómago.
Did you dream of anything?
I didn't.
Okay.
It was really quick. Me levanté.
Yeah, it's like a 45-minute surgery.
Yeah, ni lo sientes. And it was scary. And I've never really talked about like that experience, pero ahora lo pienso y digo, no mames.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot because food is your energy.
Yes.
Food is like what keeps you alive.
And for me, it was like my best friend too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And now it's like, look, you can only have like this.
Aunque quieras tragar, güey, no puedes tragar.
Wow. Did you have cravings? Like after, like, how has the process been after? Like, do you feel like, damn, like in the moments of like, let's say your regret moments, like you're like, what did I do to myself? How did you like get over that?
You know what it was? Porque mucha gente siempre a lot of people that have gotten the surgery would tell me, oh my God, you're going to struggle the first month. It's going to be hard. You're going to want to eat and you're not going to be able to eat. Like you have to eat liquids. You have to eat that. For me, honestly, that was not a problem. I think what it was, one thing I was mentally on was I've done diets before where I was only able to eat 500 calories a day.
Y tienes la disciplina.
So, yo lo tomé como, okay, I'm doing another 500 calories a day diet. Y luego también the first 2 weeks, si te soy honesto, ni quieres tragar, ni quieres ni tomar agua, porque te duele. Y no tienes ni hambre. Yo pienso when I started feeling, because like I said, I was regretting it at some point. The reason why I was regretting it was because I was feeling very weak. Me mareaba casi, me desmayaba cuando me bañaba. Si te soy honesto, TMI, no me bañé como por una semana, güey. Porque me daba miedo irme al baño,
And then
bañarme
fall.
y que me cayera.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it was bad.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, ¿qué me hice? ¿Qué me hice? ¿Qué chingados me hice? Hubiera hecho otra pinche dieta extrema y hubiera perdido el peso. Lo he hecho
Right.
muchas veces, you know what I mean? But then ya cuando empecé a poder comer poquito, I was like, esto es como nada. You know, like I feel like now, I feel like a lot of people like to be like, oh my God, you can't eat. But I'm like, bitch, I'm eating and I'm getting satisfied.
Right.
I don't need to eat como puerco para llenarme.
But people do need to know, like,
Yeah.
it's a heavy toll.
Mentally.
And it's like, I feel like, you know, disclaimer, like, I feel like people get some type of disorder
Yeah.
sometimes, like, where it's like, you start losing weight, and the moment you kind of like plateau or
Yeah.
like stop, it's kind of like, oh my God, I'm gaining weight, or like they freak out, or it's maybe sensitive to some people
Yeah.
because some people would like to be able not to eat.
And you know what's crazy? I actually mentioned it to you as soon as I walked in, because as soon as I walked in, she was like, oh my God, you look so good. And I feel like it's like a mental fucking game that a lot of people don't talk about. And I was telling her, I freaking only had 1 or 2 weeks max to like really train myself that I was getting this surgery. You know what I mean? So one of the things, like I even mentioned it to you as soon as I walked in. I was like, I feel like I'm not losing enough. You remember?
Yeah.
I was like, I've lost 50 pounds in 45 days before, and you're telling me that I lost 52 pounds in almost 10 weeks, and you had to cut my stomach off?
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, it's part of the process. Deja que tu,
That's crazy
que tu cuerpo haga lo que tenga que hacer.
That's crazy because I still feel like that too. I got this whole ass surgery and everything, and I still feel like I need my ass in the gym every single day because también I have to maintain it.
Yeah.
Si no, voy a...
Rebota uno. Yeah.
And it's like, it's a lot of money. It's not something...
it's a
But
lot.
it's also the way I grew up. Like, my mom was very strict on us, like, about, you know, our journey and, like, being healthy and all that stuff. But, wow, friend.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that you mentioned that because people that are interested, like, because I had Karina on the podcast and she got it too and she talked about it. It's like, it's so important to mentally prepare yourself and realize this isn't just like it's a 45-minute surgery. It's quick. It's a quick thing, but you can mess it up later on if you don't take care of yourself correctly. If you're not there, like, mentally, like, you can drive yourself crazy.
Yeah. I feel like it's not for the weak.
And it's not.
And I feel like a lot of people, you know, I've opened up about my surgery. I've always been very transparent about my surgery. I've never gotten anything done that I haven't talked about ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and with the surgery, I feel like I've gotten a lot of like, oh my God, like you went.
I was gonna ask, like, how's the social media thing?
Horrible.
And it's like, really?
Yes, like si ya me tiraban, ahora me caen las pinches
Okay,
rocas.
and that's the thing, because if someone weighs 400 pounds and they were to get it, they'd be like, I'm so happy that you got it, this, and that. But you, like,
I've struggled. Yeah.
It's like, it's never enough. And it's like, bro, people get applauded different ways, and it's like, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Like, it takes guts to do what you're doing. Like, it's not an easy route. It's just as hard.
And you know what's crazy? Cuando a mí me dicen eso, que, oh my God, you took the easy way out. Oh my God, you're cheating. You're doing this. You're doing that. I'm like, I dare you, bitch, to fucking do the surgery, to fucking go with the mental shit, the emotional stuff, like everything. No la vas a hacer.
Yeah.
No la vas a hacer. Y obviamente no estoy
it's
diciendo.
scary.
Obviamente sí pudiera haber ido al gimnasio, pero ¿quién tiene tiempo para eso? She's like, I do. I'm like, no, I'm trying to go to the gym now because, you know.
You got to maintain it. And it's like, you still got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And it's healthy. Either way, whether you're on a workout journey or not, it's still healthy to just at least go out for a walk.
Yeah.
It's important.
And it is very life-changing, even though right now I've only lost 52 pounds.
He says only.
I know, because, you know, like, I still have my goals, but I don't want to say that. No, you know what? Yeah, you're right. It's not only, you know, it's a lot of pounds.
Yeah.
But it's a big difference only in 2 months. Yo en diciembre, amigas, no, en noviembre, yo caminaba up and down my stairs y andaba que me moría.
You feel lighter.
Y ahorita puedo andar para arriba y para abajo y sin cansarme. You know what I mean?
Good.
Like,
No,
I'm
that's
able to
good.
do more stuff, and I'm like happy about it.
That's good though. That's
Yeah.
good though. And I feel like, again, you guys, like, if you're interested in doing this surgery, just be mindful of the process that it takes.
Yep.
Any surgery in general. I feel like this is a baby one that a lot of people mistake that it's because it's small. It's so drastic.
Yes.
Like, losing weight in general, like, you have to be mindful of your vitamins, like taking care of your body right, and like make sure you're taking the correct things and eating the good amount or the a good amount of protein, because food is our lifeline. It's what keeps us going. But so how do you handle, because for me, when I got the surgery, I didn't announce it until like a month after I was home. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to give the people the opportunity to talk anything about me. Like, I did it more for me, and I knew it's what I wanted to do, and people didn't have the option to opinionate.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want people to give people that space to talk about me in that way.
To fuck with your mental health even more.
Because again, my surgery was pretty drastic. Like, what I had the tummy tuck, I did the BBL, and I did the like a back lift or whatever. And in the comments, people are like, you should have got the gastric. Again, I say it again. A lot of people don't know that I already got the gastric when I was 14.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it because I feel like I was like a lab rat.
Yeah.
When it first became a thing. It's like, but I worked my ass off for 2 years, lost like 80 pounds.
Congrats.
Thank you. And at that point I was like loose skin or whatever. I'm very thick boned.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't really know, but like, your anatomy really affects your weight. And it's like,
1,000%.
I can't listen to what the doctors like really say about your height and your weight. Like, I find that traumatic for me. Like, to be in the doctor's office, like, and they consistently tell you you're overly obese.
Or morbidly. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, girl, like.
I'm like, and I know that what I'm doing for my body, I'm doing well. And I'm taking care of myself, and I'll balance it. I'll go fucking have like McDonald's or something here and there. And it's like,
I don't know. Bueno.
Yes. It's like, you have to have that balance because it feeds your mind better.
Yeah.
And if you don't feed your mind, like, you're going to go crazy.
And I feel like that's one of the things, like for me, the way I've dealt with hate. Si te soy bien honesto, I feel like I've been doing this shit so much, and I've always been very public about my life. Like, I feel like that's the reason why I even blew up in the first place when I was blowing up, because I was always sharing everything. So I feel like the whole getting to me, I post when people talk shit on me on my stories, but not because it hurt me. I post it because, one, it's content, like, thank you, babes. And two, because it's like, a veces hasta me gusta que me defienda la gente. No voy a decir que
and
no.
I told that to Karina. I'm like, I don't like replying to the comments about me, but I like replying to the comments about you guys.
Yeah.
Like, don't talk about my friend like that. Like, and I think it's because we know each other personally or whatever. But sometimes I'd be like, oh, hell no. Like, this person better not be saying this or whatever. What advice would you give? Okay. 3-part. What advice would you give someone that is looking to start a career in social media, to get the gastric surgery, and to come out?
Okay, so to start a career on social media, yo pienso que ya lo he dicho muchas veces, and I feel like it's like an overkill, like, oh my God, otra vez, parece disco rayado. Be consistent. Main one, porque we live in a world now where social media, like, there's literally 4 people in this room right now. 3 like, all of us can be influencers if we wanted to. Like, there's so many people wanting to pursue that career. So, si vas un mes sin subir nada, ya te olvidaron. Ya te olvidaron y they moved on to the next big thing. You know what I mean? So be consistent, be true to yourself, and just be you. You know what I mean? I feel like it sounds so cheesy, but just fucking be you. And si te quiere la gente, te quiere. Y si te odia, pues te odian y ya. You know what I mean? Y síguele. If you see one of your videos doing bad, no pares ahí, porque te lo aseguro, it takes a couple bad videos to get your big break. You know what I mean? Like, even now, there's videos on my channel that, like, kind of do mediocre, but then there's, like, I keep going and I'm like, wow, like, ya aquí sacó la renta. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna keep progressing. It's not like a whoosh. Y pienso que eso es algo porque mucha gente mira que hay muchas people that get overnight success, pero ¿cuánto les dura?
Everything's a process.
¿Cuánto les dura? No mucho. Si no los, I've been a big believer. It's taken me 10 years to get where I'm at, but like, I've been blessed that it's been gradual, and I have my core fan base, and I'd rather be that than be an overnight success y ya en 2 años ni se acuerden de mí. You know what I mean? And then for the gastric sleeve, really, really do your research. 1, to really kind of listen to your body, because I feel like even me, like I had doctors tell me this, I had doctors tell me that, but I'm like, no, like you don't know what goes on in my body.
Right.
I'm gonna try what works best for me, and also make sure you're mentally, emotionally, and all types of, you know, Elise, prepared. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot. Like,
Yeah.
suena bien fácil y quiero decirlo porque hay mucha gente que me dice, oh my God, you inspired me to get to sleep. I'm happy, but make sure que no nomás porque mires mi journey digas, yo lo voy a hacer. Porque a lo mejor no te va as smooth as it went for me. A lo mejor tienes complicaciones. Tienes que irte por todo. Like, make sure you navigate everything, mires todo como es, porque no nomás es una surgery one and done, and no, es para el resto de tu vida.
Right.
You know what I mean? Y yo 2 months out, I'm still on limitations. There's still stuff I can't eat. There's still stuff that, like, you know, ya ha salido lo malo, pero todavía sigue.
Right.
It's a journey, you know? And then for
coming out,
I've been blessed to be able to have, you know, parents, even though my dad, we had that little rocky, but that didn't even last long. It was literally just like a week of him getting over it. Ya nos aceptamos. Quiero decir algo before, because I feel like tampoco no se la quiero tirar a mi dad. I feel like that also had to do because me and my dad always had a really bad relationship growing up. Like, it was so bad, because no quiero decir que he was a bad father, no, because gracias a Dios yo tuve techo, comida, y nada, nunca me faltó nada en mi casa. Yeah. A lo mejor lo emocional, he wasn't there. But I will say, like, I feel like I felt to even more, we were like this more, because I always was very like, yo ni lo podía ver comer en la mesa, güey. A mí me emputaba. Porque él comía con su sal on the table, y yo me daba, mi mamá no nos daba de comer juntos. So I feel like it all led up to me coming out.
There's tension.
Tension. You know what I mean? So I don't want to just say he was always mean. No, like, yo también, güey. Yo, like, so I want to say like that before I get into the advice. So I would want to say, you know, at the end of the day, si te aceptan o no, be you. Be you, because as you grow up, as much as we love our parents, as much as we love our people, dejas en un momento dejar, ya no, sí importan tus padres, ¿cómo te lo digo? Pero luego en el futuro va a importar tú. Porque tus padres, igual como tus padres dejaron a sus padres y se vinieron a
vivir otra vida.
A otra vida, tú también vas a hacer lo mismo.
Right.
So stop being so stuck on the que no te acepten. Un día va a llegar que a lo mejor, ojalá que sí te acepten, y vive tu vida. Live your life to the fullest. Never be ashamed of who you are, and never be scared. You know what I mean? Because I feel like vivimos mucho, a lot of the LGBT community vivimos mucho en miedo. Y el miedo nomás nos daña más. So I feel like be your true self. Si te aceptan, te aceptan. Si no, no. Y si no te aceptan, ve encuentra otra familia que sí te acepta. Ve encuentra amistades que sí te aceptan. Ve encuentra a gente que puedes hacer tu segunda familia.
Yeah.
Porque a veces, como dice uno, like, family, yes, but not every family. Family can be toxic. And that doesn't mean just because they're your family, that doesn't mean that they know
sometimes
what's
blood
best for you.
Isn't thicker than water.
Isn't.
And I feel like people mistake that a lot, and it's like, and I want to speak on that as well. It's like, if your family doesn't accept you, at the end of the day, like Alan said, it's just you. It's just you, and people pass and things happen, but who's gonna at the end of the day be happy? It's gonna be you. And it's okay to experiment and have those experiences and see if it's what you like or don't like. I feel like we live in a world now where it's like, it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. And it's okay to experiment.
And experiments don't define you.
No, they don't.
And don't let them define you. Because I feel like cuando experimentas con alguien dicen, no, ya es así. Ya
exactly.
No,
like they put you in a box. And I feel like that's the mistake a lot. And especially in our culture as well. They put you in a box and it makes you feel like you can't get out of it. And it's like, no, like, this is a generation where it's like, I'm going to experiment, figure out if I like it or not. And that's it. I do, I don't. If I do, I do. And if I don't, I don't.
I move on.
Period. To close it out, friend, what are your next projects? What's up next for Alan? What do you want to do in the future? Where can people find you? All that good stuff.
So for sure, we are having, well, I don't even want to say for sure. We're still working on maybe having a 4th season, which
Love
you'll be on.
that.
Like, ya la apunté.
You guys heard it here.
Y obviamente, I feel like one of my dreams this year, I want to break out into, which I'm working on. I want to break out into, not just being an influencer. Like, not even like, I'm not saying like being, tampoco celebridad, tampoco. Pero like, I want to start doing like hosting red carpets. Like, even if it's like,
Ooh.
get my feet wet with like,
different things.
You know what I mean?
I feel like you'd be good at that.
I love social media and I love it, but like, tampoco, güey, no voy a estar haciendo esto toda la vida.
no, you
quiero,
have experiment.
I want to move on.
Experience with the podcast.
Yeah.
You're good at interviewing people. You have a good presence. I feel
Yeah.
like that's something good.
Thank you. So I want to do that for sure.
Your socials. all
You
that.
guys can find me on anything. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube,
OnlyFans.
coming soon. No, anywhere you guys can look under Alannized. ALANNIZED. Period.
Thank you so much for joining.
No, thank you
friend.
so much for having me.
I'm really, really happy. I really wanted like people to just hear you out, and I love having the open space,
Yeah.
like for people just to feel comfortable and like to find something, because someone can relate to you
Yeah.
in some way. Like there's someone, we're helping somebody, and I feel like just when we share our stories, like it gives people insight into our lives and just really get to know us better. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and make sure you guys follow my friend and his podcast. You'll
Thank
see me
you.
soon there, his
Period.
YouTube channel, all that stuff.
Thank you. Oh, wait.
More for Nico.
I'm like, no, and I just want to say thank you so much for giving me this platform, because I feel like a lot of people don't really get to see me a lot on the serious side of things or
Mhm.
talk about like really what goes on in my life, because I feel like my content is more about making you guys laugh,
Yeah.
like making you guys feel like, you guys are a part of me. But like, I really appreciate like sitting here y
you, my
platicando como que
love.
si no hay cámaras. Ya se me
No.
quitó.
We're just
the
having a
scariness
regular
combo.
conversation, and I love that. I'm really happy that you were here. Make sure you guys follow Overcomfort Podcast, subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.